What's going on, ERB sports fans and sports card fans out there everywhere? In this video, I want to talk about 2025 retail sports cards and whether you guys are in or are you out. Let's get into it. We're going to talk a little bit about what I think will be the trends for 2025, given the fact that we did see some things change in 2024, not for the good in some for the good in others. Overall, I will say that the steam around retail sports cards has gone down over the years pretty progressively, except for certain products, which are still very, very popular. You still got your Prisms and your Pokemon products, and Topps Update was popular. They even made Topps Flagship across the board. Even Chrome was pretty popular this year with the MVP buyback. They did make it really hard to pull anything good. Chrome Update was very popular with the Paul Skeens chase. I think you're going to see more of that next year. It really depends on which players are in the product. But ultimately, here is some things that I think are going to be trending in 2025 for retail sports cards. One, this is Panini's swan song, or at least I think it is. In 2025, they will lose the license at the end of the year, and Topps will make product for the 2026 season. Does that mean the end of Prism and the end of Select and the end of Optic as brands? I kind of hope not, but at least in the short term, I think it will mean that particular trend. I don't think they're going to be buying Prism licenses or Select or any of the other NT, Flawless. I mean, the fact that we've seen Motif, we've seen, what was the other one with Victor, Mercury. But when we've seen products like that, I think Topps is trying to brand their own versions of Select. And maybe not Select, but you get the point. They're NTs, they're Flawless, they're high-end products. So I don't think you're going to see anything crossover. So this very well could be the end of Optic basketball, the end of Select basketball, the end of Prism basketball and Prism football, for that matter. In 2026, what we don't know yet is how Topps is going to do the flagship variation of both basketball and football. Are they going to come out with like a base series that comes out before the season starts, and then when trades happen, they're going to do like an update? That's possible. Panini never did that. When it comes down to the checklist size, I mean, Topps Baseball for Chrome has always had 300 cards. For flagship, it used to be about 1,000 cards. It was 330, so it was 990, 330 times 3 different sets. And then it upped from 330 to 350 last year, mostly just because they wanted to make more product. And so that becomes 1,050 cards. I don't think you're going to see 1,050 cards in a football checklist. You might see around 350 to 400, maybe even 500 on the high end, but that'll just water the product down, in my opinion. The fact that the unlicensed version had all those vet players in it, like Eddie George and Ricky Williams and Emmitt Smith and Peyton Manning, I mean, they're going to find ways to give people the illusion of value, but not really give them anything because these are players that are long, long gone. Yes, an auto of Eddie George is an auto of Eddie George, an auto of Peyton Manning is an auto of Peyton Manning. And when they can make them again, that'd be great in terms of licensed cards. But if people want to buy them, they can buy them, but it's not for me. Anyway, I hope we see multiple variations of not just Topps Chrome in 2026. I know we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but I did want to talk about that a little bit before moving on from this video. We'll follow up throughout the year as we learn more information, kind of give you guys a glimpse of what I think will happen. But I think you're going to see a base flagship version, a paper version, a Chrome version. You may see an update version. I mean, it depends. Maybe like a shorter checklist, maybe like a 200 card checklist, or maybe like a 100 card checklist. I mean, I really don't know what we're going to see. That's just a guess from things they've done in the past, maybe thinking ahead about what they could do in the future. When it comes to other products, given the fact that we've seen, like I said, your Motifs, your Mercuries, your Topps Finest, your Topps Sterling, all those other different variations. I mean, I think you're going to see more of that going forward. They won't all have retail variations, but for retail, I think you're not just going to see paper, flagship, and Chrome. You're going to see at least one or two more other products hit retail stores because there's a demand for them. You think about how many different retail SKUs exist for Panini, and there's people buying almost every single one of them. You've got Mosaic, Optic, Prism, Select, Donruss, Hoops. The list goes on and on. It's a lot, right? There's a lot of different retail products for Panini. Given the fact that you only have really Topps Flagship and Topps Chrome, I think you're going to see a lot more of that going forward. So that is enough on 2026 talk. We'll save that for another day. Other thing that I think you're going to see for sure, I don't want to say it's overprinting, but I think you're going to see yet another increase in print run year over year for the baseball product. I think you're going to see print run increases on the football and basketball unlicensed products. I mean, that's just a guess. I think you're going to see a different, sense of maybe the checklist size increasing yet again. I can't believe they go up from 300 in Chrome to 350, but I do think they're going to push 320, 325. They're going to continue to try and increase these, not print runs, but increase the checklist size to give you guys less value in the box. So I think that is definitely going to happen. The prices, sadly, across the board, many of these products are really high priced for the value you get. I mean, I opened 2 Chrome mega boxes of Update and they were trash for $50. I only did it because the Skeens card was out there. Honestly, if it wasn't out there, there's no way in hell I was going to buy those products. I wouldn't have opened them. I just wanted them for the channel. I knew I was going to probably lose money on them. Don't let people like Stryker and others fool you into thinking that there's somehow value behind it. I mean, you got to put so much into a product. You've got to purchase cases of a product to pull some decent stuff out of it and have a chance to grade your way out of it. I mean, I really haven't seen a lot of people make a video talking about whether you can still grade your way out of a product. That's becoming harder and harder to do. But again, we'll get to that in a different video. And I think other people have made that video more so in the past year than did maybe a couple years ago when it was pretty easy to grade your way out of a product. But again, we'll cover that a different day. Next, I think you're going to see more cases where other retail outfits are going to get in on the action when it comes to cards. Recently with Update, we saw GameStop posting a lot more products on their website. You could buy a lot more hanger boxes of Update, blaster boxes of Update. You've got your hanger packs of Update. I think Shields has already gotten in on that action. I know even Menards got in on that action recently. Now, they've been the one that discounts the heaviest, that's not even a word, heaviest, when I think they had a mega box of Phoenix on there for $25. They had it on there for like $35 base, and then they had a $10 discount if you could send in a rebate. So I think you're going to see more of that. What other stores don't have cards that have big box stores? I mean, obviously we saw the Costco variations and the Sam's Club variations, and heck, there might even be a BJ's variation coming up soon when it comes to like your Donruss product that had the guaranteed downtown in it, or the premium stock, or even with the Flagship edition. I mean, you're going to see this stuff continue to be pumped out everywhere. And it's mainly for marketing purposes. I mean, yeah, a lot of these products are geared towards kids, but I, for one, am not going to get duped into buying any of these products for any time soon. I mean, they're going to have to be heavily discounted for me to get in on the action. I would say for your updates, I mean, if the checklist is strong like it was this year, I'm going to continue to look at that product as something that I want to buy. But I haven't heard a whole lot of hype about any players going into the 2025-2026 season for baseball. For that matter, I mean, this could be a really down year, kind of like 2021 was. We had a really good rookie class from last year, but this year, I mean, maybe there's not as many people that make it to the major leagues, but I'm sure there'll be a few here or there. But I have no interest in buying any Flagship Series 1 or Series 2, or unless the checklist is good, I'm not going to buy Update. So I'm going to wait and see on that one. But like I said, you're going to see more and more companies like your GameStops, your Shields, your Menards, maybe, I mean, what would be the most odd store that would sell cards? I mean, when the fact that Menards got in on the action, I mean, they're a home improvement store. That's like Lowe's and Home Depot. Do you mean to tell me that people are shopping at Lowe's for cards? I don't think so. Menards they got some weird stuff. I mean, if you've ever been in a Menards, they're not in every state, but they've got a section there where they're basically selling groceries. You can get your pizzas and your coffee cups and all the water and other snacks and goodies that you want, your chocolate. I mean, they got basically a couple grocery aisles. I mean, I think you can even buy milk there in some states, but it's a Wisconsin chain based in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. We already know about Target, Walmart, Meijer. The list goes on and on. I'm not gonna belabor that point anymore, but you get the idea. But the other thing that I will say that you probably will see more of on GameStop with Mosaic, they actually allowed people to buy cases of a product on the website. I do think that you're going to see that going forward, whether it be with the Topps product or whether it be with a Panini product like a Donruss or a Prism or Select. I do think they're going to be available for sale at the case format on these websites, especially in retail. Whether that's a good thing or not, I mean, I know that that's a big cost overload up front, but I'm very curious to see what happens. I mean, right now I've only seen Mosaic when they allowed you to buy cases, and they didn't last very long because I think many people were kind of surprised by that. I mean, heck, Target right now is still, to this day, you can only buy 3. When on Shields, I think you could buy 10 hanger boxes. On Shields, you could buy 10 blaster boxes or even a case, like I said already. On Target, it's just 3. That's it, 3. I mean, Target, you guys got to change that. I mean, I know you implemented it on many products because people were botting them like crazy. The bots are going to bot. I mean, look at Topps Genesis the other day when that went up for sale on the Topps website. And for the longest time, I thought the Topps website was sort of immune from bots. It was the worst I've ever seen it. But again, we'll cover that in a different video. And I think Neo Cards and Comics already made a video about that, so go check that one out. And then lastly, what do I think overall for 2025? I think the prices are going to continue to go up, at least at the retail stores. You're going to have to search for discounts. You're going to have to be patient. Some products will end up on a secondary market like a Menards or even like a Blowout Cards or Dave & Adams, and then you'll be able to get them at a discount later on. The value, unfortunately, is going to continue to erode. Will it be like 2023 Series 1 value bad? Probably not. But I think you will see the value erode. And then for some products, I think you're going to see an increase in the variation of parallels, the sort of the sweeteners, more or less, that people want to add to the boxes to make you want to buy them, like in terms of like a Fat Pack or Mega Box or something like that. You're going to see exclusive parallels to those sorts of packs, and that will entice people to buy. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys are doing. Are you buying any 2025 retail? Are you looking forward to 2025 retail? I know you're probably not looking forward to Panini sending points in the boxes anymore. You're probably not going to say, probably going to say good riddance when Panini is gone. But we don't know what the future holds in terms of box prices, in terms of print run, in terms of checklist size or anything with Topps. But we do think that it will be a little more fair because hopefully they never get rid of the odds on the website, and that'll at least give us a chance to verify how many boxes are actually out there for a given product. But like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Are you buying any 2025 product? Can you not wait for 2026? Are you done altogether and you say, hell no, I'm just going to wait and buy my singles and grade them, or wait and not buy this trash at all? So I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next video.